There were two things that happened to this area in 1930. One of them was the Dust Bowl. Terrible, terrible environmental happenings to this area. And also the depression that hit in 1930 when the closing of the banks and the devastating economy just went crazy. There was no economy left. Well, these two things hit this area at the same time. Well, the depression, the deep depression that came at that time was devastating to all classes of people.
Some of the most vivid memories of the Depression era recall drought and dust storms.
I checked into the Amarillo Hotel. When I checked into the room and got up to leave to go to work the next morning, there was a glass on top of the dresser, and under that glass there was a notice, "Please be sure to close the window." And I assumed that that notice was there because they wanted to be sure. This was in the middle of the Depression, 1935. I assumed that they wanted to be sure that the heat from the room didn't escape and cause them a little more problem to keep the place heated. And I thought, well, I'm paying for the room. If I want to leave the window cracked a little, I will. And so I did. And about 3 or 3:30 that afternoon, one of the real black dusters that Amarillo and this area had in the 30, 35, and 36 rolled in. I had never seen anything like that in my life. It scared me literally almost to death. I got back to the room about 1:30 or 2 the next morning, opened the door and turned on the light, and I knew immediately why they wanted you to be sure and close the windows when you left. There was a thick blanket of dust all over everything. And that was my introduction to dust storms in Amarillo, and I never forgot that lesson.
In 1935, my little girl was born. The next afternoon, about 3 o'clock, it became a black cloud from the west. We didn't know what it was, but it just moved over and everything became dark, and we were completely enshrouded with dust. Little did we know that that was the beginning of 6 weeks of blackness. Finally, the air cleared enough that we could go outdoors and take pictures of the youngster. Everybody had raised their windows, cleaned the dirt out of the windows, and washed out all the rags they had in there to put at the windowsills to keep the dust out, and was out enjoying the sunshine. And we looked back up to the north, and it looked like, again, the sky was just black as it could be. The radio came on and said that a big black duster had just hit Borger and picked up a lot of that carbon black smoke that was going there then and was headed in our direction. We rushed in the house, closed all the doors, shut down all the windows. I set the wife and baby in a chair and covered them with a sheet, and by that time I couldn't even see the lights in the house. But I got some tea towels and a bucket of water and started waving them in the air to cut down on some of the dust, protect the baby and the wife. We got through. Those tea towels looked like I'd been mopping a garage floor with them.
The area that's now Thompson Park was at one time a dump. And that was filled over and made a park, and it's quite an interesting story, the way Mayor Thompson, for whom it's named, got trees planted out there. All those trees that are along the east side of the park were planted by school children. People who needed work or wanted something to do had an opportunity to go out there and dig holes to plant trees. People got a hole card, and every hole they dug for a tree, they got a punch in it. When they got 10 punches, they collected $1.
The WPA was involved in many projects. Critics like to charge that WPA stood for We Piddle Around, but that's really not fair because there were many major undertakings. Walk around the campus of Amarillo College or the park here and look at the curbs, and you will see that many of the sidewalks and curbs were WPA projects. What made the WPA attractive, I think, to a lot of people, besides the obvious fact that it provided work, was that it was a form of relief, but at least you went out and felt that you earned your money, that you did something. It wasn't a direct handout. You didn't go to the government office and have them put the money in your cup. You went out and did a day's labor, and you got your wages in return. And therefore, it allowed people to to say that their dignity, or to feel that their dignity was still intact, that they had earned this, that it wasn't just a handout, a dole, or a gift.
Those memories are not bad memories at all. They're good memories. But things did get kind of tough in this part of the country, and they were tough for us, and I think that that's one of the better things that happened to me. Because it does make you kind of back off and think a little bit. If the situation really gets kind of tough for a while, you appreciate things a lot more later.